Good morning. It is 8 something-ish a.m. August 13th. I believe it's a Tuesday. And I want to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do sort of a vlog style thing, just to kind of run a little bit more fast and loose. Obviously, the studio is a little disheveled. You're going to see more of the studio today as well. I want to show kind of this space because I think a lot of people only really see one wall. I want to show, more or less kind of what I do in a day. So we're going to go out and venture into the real world, the warm world that we are in right now. And I'm going to pick up some coffee in both liquid and whole bean form for some testing. We're going to come back here. We're going to swap in the Eureka Atom W75 that I've had sitting here for a while. Swapped it out with the Lagome P64 for some testing, not only for a review for that grinder in the future, but also to do some more testing on flat flow profiles, which is an upcoming video I'm working on. I'm picking up a coffee for that as well. I've already got some coffees here. So yeah, it's just going to be kind of a laid back vlog style video. It's going to kind of go in and out, I think, of like no talking to stuff like this, maybe voiceover. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Like, this is just a brainchild. So let's see what we birth, shall we? And let's hit the road. And with that, through the magic of editing, we're home. I've changed into my ratty lounging shorts. I've taken my daily multivitamin, baked my weekly loaf of sourdough, and so that's 2 hours of bopping around town condensed into 2 minutes. So as much as I like going out for coffee or making my own, sometimes I just want to skip all that fluff, the whole process, and just go right to enjoying a great cup of coffee. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, Cometeer. These little flash frozen capsules of coffee goodness are designed to bring you cafe quality specialty coffee without the trip or dial-in. Plus, Cometeer knows that coffee isn't one size fits all, so they source all of their beans from a wide variety of top specialty roasters all over the country, and feature their blends, single origins, and different roast levels. And when it comes to making a cup, it's as simple as thawing with hot water or pouring a pre-thawed capsule into the drink of your choice. And lately, I've been enjoying making a coffee soda with sparkling water and a splash of simple syrup. But in the end, of course, when it comes to coffee, the proof is in the cup. And if you haven't tried Cometeer yet, now is the perfect time because they're giving my viewers 15 free cups with their first subscription if you use code REALSPROMETHEUS at checkout or head directly to cometeer.com/REALSPROMETHEUS. Thanks to Cometeer for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into it. And before we start playing some musical grinders, here's a quick look at the whole studio as promised. It's, like I said, a pretty small room, but I spent a good amount of time getting it as insulated as possible, which is great for sound, but not great in terms of holding in heat. But in the end, I guess that's a small price to pay for good audio quality. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm swapping in the Eureka Atom W75 for both its own sort of standalone testing in terms of a review, but also to do double duty as I continue working on another upcoming video about flat flow espresso profiles. And of course, at first glance, the Atom W75 sort of looks and feels like it's more of a commercially intended espresso grinder, considering its large hopper, at least with this option or the one that they sent me, and its relatively high price point, considering it also uses the same system as the Mignon Libra, which is the grind-by-weight home grinder, smaller footprint that I actually have in my kitchen I reviewed a long time ago and really love. But I definitely would say that the grind-by-weight comes in handy in terms of workflow, once it's dialed in, which always takes a bit of time and coffee with a new grinder, but thankfully I came prepared. In terms of the weights, they have been pretty consistent and accurate shot to shot, plus the 75mm burrs and 1700 RPM really rips through coffee and pulls some tasty shots and well-extracted shots so far. You'll of course have to wait a little while for my full take on the grinder considering it just landed on my bar, but if you have any questions or tests you'd like to see covered on the W75, let me know. So anyway, oftentimes my afternoons are spent here, sitting in front of an espresso machine, pulling, tasting, and testing shots in an effort to share my insight, thoughts, and opinions, all for the armchair baristas of the YouTube comment section to channel their inner Jonathan Frakes.
It's a total fabrication. It never happened. Not a chance. You're wrong.
It may be a vicious cycle, but honestly, it's also a pretty chill career path. And finally, I sit down to edit, find the right songs, and do my best to create a video that flows naturally, which honestly, I think a lot of people look at the editing process, the behind the scenes stuff like that, as more of the mundane. And oftentimes, if you're a bigger YouTuber, you hire an editor. But honestly, that process is one of those things that I've really come to love. I mean, taking a vision or an inspiration or maybe something I saw that I want to try to emulate in a certain way and going out and collecting raw footage and filming just at what at the time feels like random stuff in the street or in a cafe or wherever it might be, and then coming home and putting it together and turning it into something beautiful. Like for instance, I really love the way the shots I took at Rikka Fika this morning came together. It makes me want to just start traveling around and go to coffee shops and do city visit vlogs. But on that introspective note, I think it's time I start wrapping this one up, and as always, pass the conversation on to you. So when it comes to making videos like this, vlog style videos, what style do you prefer? Do you want silent with overlaid text? Do you want a voiceover, or do you want some kind of mixture of both? And when it comes to making vlogs and more laid back videos, what other things would you like to see or hear? Drop your answers to those questions and any others you may have in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell button for notifications when new videos drop. Check out my Instagram @Sprometheus for more coffee content. Help support the channel by considering becoming a member for unique exclusive perks. And as always, stay caffeinated. Pony Boy.